I'm so glad to see you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been 2 weeks since I've last posted, but as I spoke about on my last video, we did go through Hurricane Irma, and that itself was pretty hard. Myself, I felt very blessed to not experience, some of the things that others felt. I never lost power, so I was pretty comfortable the whole time. Especially with having a 10-month-old baby, well, almost 11 months now. So I was pretty comfortable the whole time. Some people were not so lucky. Some of my family weren't so lucky, but everyone tried to help one another. As I spoke about, there was a shortage of water, there was a shortage of food. Still, right now, if I go to the grocery store, there's very little meat in the freezer, in the case. There's no bread on the shelves. It's still very hard. I mean, we're slowly recovering, but we'll get there. Luckily, I did buy, too much of the things that I need. Like, I bought like 6 cases of water, so I'm good right now. You still cannot find water. If I go to Walmart right now or Target, you'd think another hurricane was on its way. So, personally, I was spared, a very hard hit from Irma, but the area was pretty damaged. Lots of trees down. Some people couldn't get home for over a week because there was just too much debris in the streets. But we're good, so me and the babies are good. Now, this is going to be my 27th and 28th video update for this twin pregnancy. Now, so far in this pregnancy, I've gained a whopping, drum roll, 18 pounds. And I'm about to blow a lid. I've never gained more than 15 pounds in a pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I actually lost weight while I was pregnant because she pretty much made me a vegetarian. Could not stand the smell of meat. I was just straight vegetarian the entire time. So 18 pounds, and I'm only 29 weeks. I'm sort of, I don't know. But I know it's all for the health of the baby, so we're going to get there. So far, I have gained 18 pounds. I'm about to bust out of double D bra, which never wore double Ds before in my life. But like I spoke in a previous video, I think it's mainly because my areola has, TMI, sorry, has grown exponentially. It's the biggest I've ever seen it. I don't know, maybe it doubled like 5 to 10 times the normal size. And the areola is so large that almost the bra, doesn't cover it. Especially if I get a very low cut bra, no, it just doesn't work for me. And padded bras, forget it, because if I wear padded bras, it's going to put my boobs so high that the top will be spilling out. So, busting out of a double D bra, I gained 18 pounds. I've outgrown my second set of maternity clothes, which I just said, what, at this point, I'm not buying anymore. It is what it is. So, whatever. Now, I did notice, like last week, in week 28, that I've started to get lots and lots of headaches that it just won't go away. I'm not a big person on medication, so I don't bother with the Tylenol, but headaches are constant. So that's another thing that I did notice there, other than the weight gain. My feet are starting to swell. My hands, I notice sometimes, if I have it in position long enough, like for instance, if I'm holding this water bottle for a long time in my hand like this, when I let it go, I notice that my hand is very, very tight. So I do know that I'm retaining some water, which really scares me because last Friday I did go to my doctor, my OB, for a regular checkup, and I did my glucose test, the 1-hour glucose test. So I'm pretty nervous about those results, there. And while I was there, I actually told her, I know I told you guys that, I'm scheduled for my C-section November 29th. Although I'm due, December 10th, I'm scheduled November 29th. I did tell her, I'm just scared. honestly, I'm just scared. I'm afraid of needles, but being pregnant, you can't help but, you know, get used to it or deal with it for, you know, for the moment. But my biggest concern was how many times will it take for them to get the epidural right for a C-section. She did, you know, suggest that, hey, we can do a spinal. She knows about my back injury. I was so uncomfortable with my last pregnancy that it's deterring me now from having a C-section. I said, you know, if they're both head down, I'd like to try or attempt to, you know, go, you know, in the vaginal delivery, you know, way. I like to go down that route. As long as they're both healthy and they don't have any complications and they're in the right position. So, you know, she spoke about that. She said, okay, you know, we'll see. And as she did, you know, do my ultrasound or whatever, the babies are both head down. Thank God. So hopefully they stay that way. Hopefully they stay cephalic, head down. I need them to be head down because I'm scared to death of a C-section. Although I do want my tubes tied, and it will be so much easier to get everything done in, you know, one shot while I'm open, but I'm scared to death for them to cut me and I can feel it. Because every epidural I've gotten, I've always been able to feel a whole lot of pain, which my first epidural completely failed. My second epidural, yeah, just a mess. I just told them, yeah, I'm numb, because I was just tired of them poking at me in my back. So I did go to my doctor, like I said, and yeah, so we spoke about that, about the epidural, and I told her that, you know, the previous weeks, you know, that I didn't see her because it had been 3 weeks since my last visit. So when the hurricane was on its way, and I told you guys in the last video that I was able to feel a whole lot of pressure, you know, the closer it had gotten to us, and I was just in a lot of pain. But that was nothing compared to the pain that I went through while Irma was here, and there was just so much pressure. I can feel the pressure on my cervix. I don't know if you guys ever experienced the little twinges in your cervix, but that's what I was feeling. My back was aching so much. And just last week, I actually went into labor. I had to go to the hospital. I was nervous because my sister had her twins at 29 weeks, and they were only 1 pound 1 ounce and 1 pound 5 ounces each when they were born. They were on the very small side, and they stayed in NICU for a very long time. So I was scared to death. When I went into labor last week, that was actually my second time going into labor. I went into labor the first time right after Hurricane Irma, like while she was, you know, pretty much, you know, the outer bands were hitting us, but not really. I had to go to the ER. So, you know, when she was, you know, towards the middle of Florida, the middle of the state, that's when I had to go to the ER. They gave me a shot, stopped the contractions. Once they were stabilized, sent me home. So I'm out of breath. Sorry. I had to take a breather. But yeah, so I was in labor the second time, and she told me, you know, hey, you might want to start taking it slow at work. So when I went to the appointment Friday, she told me, you know, everything, the babies look good, they're head down, you know, you're 1 centimeter dilated, 1 centimeter dilated, and this was at 28 weeks and 5 days. But they're healthy enough. They're a little bit on the larger side with their weight, you know, from what they can tell. But if you go into labor again, I won't stop it. What? I don't want to have 29 weekers or 30 weekers. I want my babies to be healthy. I want very little NICU time as possible. So I'm really trying to take it easy, but I was just in so much pain. I was in so much pain last week, Monday and Tuesday. While I was at work and I was walking, you know, like walking around, I was moving really, really slow. I could feel the pain in my hips and in my pelvic area, and it was just like so like a heavy feeling. And this is my first time around, around the park, so I know what I'm feeling. I had those cervical, twinges again. I can feel it. I just can feel it. And I almost left work on Monday to call my doctor and say, hey, I'm in too much pain. I have to come. But it was sort of my fault. So, well, I don't know exactly what caused the pain. But the previous weekend, I went to Babies R Us. I went to Sam's. And I went to Walmart. Just shopping. Nothing to do. Bored on the weekend. Did a lot of shopping. Stopped by Sam's Club. Bought like 4 boxes of diapers. Boxes of wipes. Then headed over to Walmart. Saw these cute little baby clothes. Twins. So there's 2 of everything. Then I headed to Babies R Us. They didn't have what I was looking for. I was looking for a particular travel system. They didn't have it. So I didn't really get anything there, but I'm just one of those people, if I go into a store, like I have to leave with something, so I just bought something. Yeah, so I told her the pain is just way too much, and of course she kept saying, you need to take it easy. The contractions, they're coming often. Just yesterday, they were coming every 2 to 3 minutes. But it only lasted for 45 minutes. Had they lasted an hour, I would have gone to the hospital. But they eventually subsided. Then they became 5 to 7 minutes apart, 10 minutes, and then so they eventually, stopped coming. And I did have a dream last night, which is weird because right after I had these contractions that were 2 to 3 minutes apart, I had a dream last night that my water broke. So when I woke up this morning, I didn't, get up like I usually do and, get myself ready. I woke up and I actually laid in the bed and I was talking to myself and I said, man, my water broke. So, I started to plan my day. Okay, I'm going to drop the kids to school, take the baby to daycare. I'm going to go to the hospital, but I have to pack my hospital bag because I didn't do that yet. And it just felt so real. And I actually woke up in a puddle of sweat. It's 70 degrees in my house at night. I don't know how I woke up in a puddle of sweat. So eventually I got up and said, you know what, let me get the kids to school. Either way, they have to be to school on time. And I got up and I said, wait, I'm dry. My water didn't break. Maybe I was just dreaming, which I was. So, that kind of scared me a little bit this morning. And hubby was just like, oh, you're just, overreacting because, it's constantly on your mind day and night. You don't want to go into early labor, so it may be the last thing on your mind when you go to bed. So, you dream about it. But yeah, so that was the scare there. And I want to show you guys about this travel system. Well, not really a travel system, but I read about this baby trend double stroller that a lot of moms of multiples recommend because it's light, and I see a lot of reviews saying that, oh, I wish I would have bought this stroller first. Now I have 2 strollers. This one is so much light. It's so much lighter. It's durable, blah, blah, blah. I use it most of the time. So I did buy this baby trend stroller, and I bought the car seats separate for the boys. The car seats are actually even flow. And the stroller's baby trend, and supposedly the stroller can fit, various brand names of infant car seats. So that's why I bought it. And when I went to Babies R Us and I was doing the shopping, I didn't find the stroller I wanted. The stroller there was 53 pounds by itself. Just the stroller, not the car seats. The car seats were 11 pounds each. I said, what the hell are they putting in these damn car seats in these strollers to make it so heavy? Now imagine a 53-pound car seat, 2 11-pound infant car seats, then the babies in their bag. I said no, you know, this wouldn't work for me, and it was kind of difficult folding it up when the, you know, when the guy showed me, and I was like, no, you know, I think I'll pass. So when I tried this car seat, I really liked it. It's very, very light. I believe it only weighs like 8.5 pounds, or something like that, something close to that. But anyways, it's really light, and the car seat. So I'm finished that. I did wash the boys' clothes, put most of them away. But it's still a process. That closet is just filled with diapers stacked to the roof, boxes of diapers stacked to the roof. I did buy, you know, I bought mostly size 1, 2, things like that. I bought maybe a box or 2 of newborn because I'm not sure if they'll need it, which I think, you know, they're twins. They're normally smaller than the average baby. So I believe that they will need newborn diapers, but I bought 2 cases, and each box I believe has like 162 diapers, but you gotta remember them 2 babies, so cut that in half. None of my other kids ever used newborn diapers. I've never bought newborn diapers ever, because I've always had 7, almost 8-pound babies, so never ever needed newborn. But I am prepared on that part for it, as for the diapers and the wipes and the clothes being here. Oh, and I wanted to hold off on getting the crib first, because with my 10-month-old, you know, we had everything ready. She had a crib. It was, you know, set up way before she came and everything, but she been sleeping in her crib for like 2.5 months. There was actually a rock and play that, you know, someone had bought at the baby shower, and she slept in there for 2.5 months. She never wanted to lay in her crib. When we did put her in her crib, she would wake up very shortly afterwards. But in the rock and play, you know, she'd sleep all night, and it wasn't, you know, the kind that was an automatic, you know, rocker or whatever. It was just the kind that vibrates. So we're going to get rock and plays for the boys, and for the time being, and then of course eventually get their cribs. So I don't know. I think I'm ready. I think my body is ready. I don't know if I'm ready mentally, because I don't want to go into early labor. Because I just want healthy babies. So I don't want. I've already been too long-winded, but I haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm trying not to forget anything. But I will show you a belly shot, and I will show you this travel system that I put together. It didn't come like that, but I will show you that too. Okay. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't forget to drop them down below. How have you guys been? I missed you all so much. Just glad to be back now. Actually, you know, just getting back to normal after Irma. So here's that belly shot. Okay, I know this does not look big to you guys. This is huge for me, okay? For me, this is like gigantic. It's like, how could you not feel overwhelmed with this big old belly? Oh, before I forget, the funniest thing happened. I was practicing the baby mama dance, right? So, you know, I had my kids recording me, and I'm like, oh, you know, this is just like a run through, you know, nothing serious. I'm not going to post this. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, because I don't know how some of you women do the baby mama dance, but I was literally out of breath. I was tired. My legs felt like jelly, and I had so many bloopers. My back almost gave out. You know, I was just a mess. So I don't think the baby mama dance challenge or whatever will happen for me, but if it does, I would have to feel fantastic that day, because I tried it today when I got home, and no. I don't think it's gonna happen because I was just a complete mess. So talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening, and I should talk to you guys soon. My next visit with maternal fetal medicine is September. Oh my God, pregnancy brain. This is another thing I've experienced. Pregnancy brain, not September 6th, October 6th. Okay, so I believe that's like about 2 weeks away. Next Wednesday or something like that. But anyway, not next Wednesday. But anyways, October 6th. Maybe it is next week. Yeah, October 6th. So see you guys then. Okay guys, so this is the travel system that I put together here, and as you can see, this is the stroller, which I love this part here that has this huge undercarriage, and you can easily access it, you know, many different ways, you know, from here, from the back. I love this stroller, guys. It's very, very lightweight. I would definitely recommend it. Of course, I don't have the babies in it as of yet, but I do so far like the stroller. It folds very easy. It can actually, it's actually smaller than the single stroller that I have when I fold it up. And here are the car seats for baby A and baby B. I love these car seats. The thing that I love the most, do you see that headrest there, the little blue and gray headrest, which keeps the baby head from, you know, bopping all over the place, which I would really need for newborns or preemies that may be smaller, you know, than the average child. So I really like that. And here's the system once again.